we're on time. Also late, because I'm late. This is calling the Audible, the Division A and B version, of course, and I am joined by Marco Masocha and Vinny Galano.
Yes, sir.
Of course, I myself, Peas, can be followed at PeasFPF on Twitter or Peas Delariz on most social media platforms. Marco, where can people find you?
You can find me here today. You can find me on Facebook.
Don't come here. We don't want you
You
here.
can find me on Instagram. You can find me, if you want to go on Twitter. I don't really tweet, but that's Mashrat22, yeah?
I only tweet when I'm involved with a Twitter war with someone else.
Yeah, I saw this.
Which is awesome.
I caught a glimpse of this. Seemed to be fantastic.
Yeah, I had to sub for Mokan last week, so I was sitting outside waiting for GM and Justin to finish their podcast. So I decided, since I have some spare time, let me just feed into this trolls stuff. It's fun. Good times.
It's like what Vinny does at every game while he's playing. He'll go to the sidelines to try to talk to anyone that will listen to him.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's why we have him here, though. It's like, Vinny, do the same thing, but in podcast form.
Guys, like, I swear, we're playing the game, and, like, they're talking to me on the sidelines. What do you want me to do? Not talk to them?
It's just rude not to.
It's just rude.
Which one's you talking now? I couldn't even tell the difference. Vinny, of course, isn't on Twitter because he is, in fact, too cool. But he can be followed on Facebook, where a lot of our FPF media is. Speaking of which, we had an FPF live Play 60 event with the NFL today. I had the privilege to be there. It was super cool. Had a great time.
What players were there, by the way?
There was, man, and I did the drill with him.
Nice Sportira shirts, though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great, yeah.
Nice little plug.
Yeah, Sportira are official suppliers of jerseys and uniforms. Get your jerseys now. If it's in the cage, it's in the cage.
Give Rob Piazza a call. rob@sportira.com, yeah?
No, just like that.
Yeah.
No, his name was Gino. His defensive lineman. I can't.
Gino Atkins?
No,
That's fucking Cincinnati.
no. His name will come to. His name will come to me.
Oh,
Gino Grissom is his name from the Patriots.
Oh, it was just the Patriots.
I would never want to be hit by that dude.
I don't think you want to be hit by any NFL player.
No, like they're so big.
Yeah.
They're so big. And like Patriots linemen in general are like leaner than most teams because I guess they just like having speed and whatnot.
Yeah.
These
Hybrids.
Just huge dudes. There was a offensive lineman. I don't remember.
German dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was what's it called? Lloyd Malloy was there.
Oh,
Cool.
Which is
nice.
pretty cool. Kevin Falk was there.
Nice.
And the Patriots
Mascot was there, yeah.
and some ex cheerleaders as well.
Now, when it's the Patriots mascot, do you think it's the same dude? Like, and he
Probably.
just travels?
I'm sure it is.
So there was one that was fired, an NFL mascot that was fired not long ago, and like he was for something ominous. Oh no, it was a baseball mascot.
Yeah,
the sausage.
The Mets guy. He gave the finger to the.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, he
he
got fired
gave
too. But even like the sausage, because he was overly violent in the sausage
I
rage
don't know.
during the
Maybe, like,
Pittsburgh
hits him with a
Pirates.
baseball bat
Yeah,
or-
yeah. So those mascots will get replaced.
I love these guys.
It does happen. Other than that, it's a fairly safe yet not very valuable position on the baseball or football franchise.
Yes.
What is valuable is quarterback, and the Rainmakers brought a backup quarterback to the game. Chapman, I'll introduce you at some point.
You don't have to.
Shut up! I didn't introduce you yet. It doesn't make sense to the audience if you speak. Rainmakers brought a backup quarterback in Dan Lazara.
Yeah, he didn't wear a jersey because he didn't want his quarterback rating to go up.
That sounds like Dan. All of that is very Dan-worthy.
This guy is unbelievable. He already can't throw in Division 3.
And shouldn't, by the way, because he's like the third best quarterback of the
Nothing's
in the
gonna
league.
change, and I don't want my ranking to go up, bro.
Probably would have gone down after
Based
the
on one,
picks.
also you need to play 5 games
Get out of here.
in a season for the rating to be effective.
He's like an FPF gem. I just want to say that. Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
But good game. He did throw 2 interceptions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The extra possessions really did them in as Finest win it 54-44. Bobby Mickelberg, to your point, Vinny. I
told you.
I'm gonna have to take a shower after I say this, but Vinny, you were right.
I told you.
I mean,
He's
what
gonna
was he
feed
right
Mickelberg.
about?
Mickelberg is
Bobby,
his type of receiver, and he's going to feed
Bobby
him.
is their best receiver. He's obviously their best receiver, and if they would have had any chance to beat the Finest, he had to feed him. It's like a Brocasian game.
Why
Any
you gotta
chance
bring me
to
down
win,
like that? Like, just
any chance
say
to win, you
yes.
have to feed Kyle. It's like you're pointing out the obvious, and you want to medal for it.
I'll take that damn thing.
One of the interceptions was by Pat Gennard, who went back for a touchdown. But Pat Jerome, the big story, catching 3 touchdowns on 5 catches.
He went off.
Buck 09. Yeah, absolutely huge game. I guess, guys, the topic obviously is, are Rainmakers done?
No, they're not done.
Because the season's crazy.
No,
No,
yeah, exactly.
because he wants to bring my team down and say,
We're gonna
"Top
talk about
Guns are
we're gonna
not gonna
talk about
make
it after. That's not what I. That's not. I look all year. I've been saying that I don't think the Rainmakers are gonna be able to pull out a 4th win, right? But after seeing how they played against Finest, I mean I didn't see it. I'm looking at the box score, but they put up 44. So they put up 44, and they're playing Top Guns the last week of the year. If they can somehow come out of that game with a win, Braves play Rare Bears, and they're tied right now.
Yeah.
So Rainmakers have a 50-50 shot of getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, it does look that way. The so
You're right.
yeah. I'm just thinking of how to phrase my question. Guys, I'm tired, man. I was at Play 60 all day. I'm exhausted.
Let's go.
No, but having seen it now, Dan Lazara or Ryan Kastner, who do you guys think is?
If you're asking me to start a
The best
team
quarterback.
with, yeah. If you're asking me who I'm going to start a team with, I'm going to go with Dan. But who I want come playoff time to run the Rainmakers team, I'm going to go with Ryan.
So
I 100%
best
agree with
best overall talent though is Dan.
Yeah.
Dan,
Just specific to this team, Ryan.
Yes. Well, because Ryan's just more
Ryan Kastner's
familiar.
better.
He can run his plays, and
he has the chemistry, he has the timing with his
Exactly.
receiver.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
He-
timing routes his team. So
Timing and spacing are the 2 things that are most overlooked when it comes to quarterbacks
Yeah.
in FPF.
Yeah.
Where arm strength isn't as important as it is outdoors.
Ryan has a strong
Well, I
arm
mean,
too,
in
though.
Division 1,
Yeah,
arm
of
strength
course.
is
Yeah.
important.
But I'm saying, but like you can have a rocket, but then if you don't have
Yeah,
the timing
yeah,
and spacing
exactly.
and so on,
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
I think Dan is maybe not, when Ryan was younger, he was probably just as talented, but Dan's significant. I think he's the better quarterback, but like I said, not for Rainmakers. So if Rainmakers do make the playoffs, it would be good to see Ryan.
I feel bad for Dan. I
be
think it's 2 games so far in this division are against DA Finest.
Yeah, that might be true.
Monsters. He played for
He
Monsters.
played for Monsters, but was that against the Finest? I'm
I
not
know, but
sure.
I know they got killed. I think it was Finest though.
Maybe.
Top Guns took on Rare Bears.
Next game,
Paul Pierre and Rob Robinson threw passes. Not a hair or win between them.
So did Vinny, actually. Vinny threw a pass.
It's not
too.
in there as well. It's not in the
Pass.
stats though.
Didn't you?
no, I didn't touch the ball on offense. I had 1 catch where I juked
Probably-
out Jordan McLaren.
Probably made
What?
sense that you didn't.
And
touch
a
the-
losing effort though.
Not the point.
Marco Masocha with a better head of hair and a better performance. 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Paul Pierre 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Let's start with Marco. What's your breakdown of this game, and then we'll go hear Vinny's side because I'm sure they're incongruent.
No, you know what? I think it was really a tale of it was basically 2 halves. Second half they were down, and like we've said, Paul when he has a lead is great. When he needs to come back into games, I think he panics a bit, and it leads to what led in the second half. He shot 2 picks almost back to back, and it really just ended the game there. The first half was close. It took us. I think we scored on the last play of the half.
Yes, you did.
So
yes.
it was a tie game, I believe, and then or it was 14-13 for us, and I kind of give Paul a little shift, spun around, bought some time, and then hit the score to end the half, and then we started with the ball the second half. So that play was really what kind of changed the momentum of the game, and then from there on, I'm sure Vinny will agree, it wasn't really close.
Clearly.
Vinny?
Yeah.
I agree. It wasn't really close. Paul had an off game. He had open receivers.
But is the off game caused by the defense he's facing?
Honestly,
Yes, our guys played really well.
This is the
No,
argument I'm
look,
looking for.
I'm gonna give props to them. They made the plays, but watching the games, I was on the sideline most of the time on offense. The pick by Jordan McLaren, Robbie beat him on a post. He had at least 2-3 steps, and Paul threw it behind him right to Jordan. He had Von Damme deep for a touchdown, overthrew him out of bounds. He had Danny on that pick 6 by Papich, but he held on, looked somewhere else, and then threw it. So Papich already jumped it. Kalabowski just made a great play on his. Paul just made bad reads. His progressions were not. He didn't make good progressions through the going to receiver.
Do you think that there was a reason in particular why his maybe he had to speed up his reads at all in this game?
even when he made the right reads, the ball just wasn't going where he wanted to go?
You weren't following that. You didn't catch on.
The return of Matt Kerouac.
The return of Matt Kerouac.
Yeah, but for
Because
Paul,
he knows how to get at Paul.
Yeah, but for Paul's style, I don't think it really makes that much
But
of a difference.
you see, everyone says that, but the difference in decision making between a second and 0.8 of a second is
Yeah.
a massive difference. But you
Yeah,
don't
but-
feel the difference.
And
Paul
not saying
Hyden's
that
there,
Terrence isn't good, but Kerouac is just how he goes at rushing.
Last time we played
which
you
is the
guys,
discussion we had last week
yeah,
on the podcast.
it's different. It's
but last time we
just-
played you guys had Giddens rushing. It wasn't Terrence.
But
And Giddens
but
is
Giddens
significantly
is
faster.
much faster than Kerouac. Kerouac, the way he rushes, it's like an art form. He's not the fastest anymore. He's got a big fat belly now.
He
No
looked
offense.
leaner actually this week.
And
just this week.
Just this week. Well, I haven't seen him in a while.
he's got a big dad bod, and he's always gonna be up in the quarterback's face, pressuring, one hand up, one hand for the sack.
He also takes away windows. Like
Yeah.
he
He's
knows
smart.
That, he knows that read the snapper, take away that first read.
He's an FPF lifer,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he makes a difference, and I think that played a part in some of the decision makings.
If you're gonna be pro life, be pro FPF life.
yeah.
It's the weirdest transition I've ever used. Monstars took on Braves, and Monstars beat the Braves 25-19. You guys had a discussion coming in. Rod Mashtub, quarterback of the year? Question mark?
No,
I think
it's locked in already.
locked in, and okay. So
So
I
when you
don't.
said no, the no
I
was the
don't.
question
I
mark?
don't think it's locked in if he implodes against Finest.
I don't think.
If he has a solid game, I think it's 100% his.
He can have 2 touchdowns, 4 picks,
No.
and he still locked it up.
no.
He has
Not
a
if Kevin goes
significant
for
lead.
8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
I still think he
Because
would.
Rod
take
has
it.
ran a couple in also, and his
And-
completion percentage.
But the running
is
touchdowns
significantly-
count as touchdowns.
They do.
That's what I'm saying.
The
But
touchdowns
his
are touchdowns.
completion percentage is like at 67, Rod, if I'm not mistaken. or
No, it's
something.
even higher. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
Rod, and if he has a mediocre game, he's got it. If he has a horrible game and Kevin goes crazy, has one of his perfect games there, he might be able to snatch it back.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think it's locked in.
I think the lead is significant enough, and Rod hasn't played poor enough for us to like unless he throws 12 interceptions.
Well, his only
He
interceptions
leads
this
in
year are against
touchdowns.
Rare Bears. His only
He-
interceptions are against Rare Bears.
But he leads in touchdowns, and I think best QB rating, and he has 1 less game than everybody else.
Yeah, no, he's playing great. I'm saying he deserves the award unless he implodes.
Yeah.
I think it's a lock.
I think even if it's like a minor implosion, like if it's a 3 touchdown, 3 interception game, he still wins.
But then he'll be at 7 picks, and Kevin will be at like 3.
But isn't it? What's his lead in touchdowns though?
1.
Oh,
No, I think it's more than
I thought it
one.
was
No,
more
it's
than
not.
one.
Or they might even be tied.
Including the running touchdowns.
Kevin, well, no, then it might be 2. So I think Kevin has 45. So look,
Okay, so Rod has 2 more touchdowns.
Chapman, you feel like producing?
Kevin has 1 less.
You didn't
pick.
introduce me. I'm not producing.
Welcome
anything.
everyone. It's Chapman at Master Control.
so
that
look,
voice you heard.
Rod and Kevin both have the same amount of touchdowns, and
Rod
Rod
has one less
has
game.
1 more interception
One
in
less
1 less game.
Yeah.
That has to account for something.
So it is somewhat closer than I thought. to be
It
honest.
is close. No. So if Kevin has a great game and Rod has a subpar game, Kevin might take it.
I looked at the stats last week, and Kevin went 7, and Rod went 4, so it does make a big difference. But I still think it's a lock. He has 2 extra touchdowns. He has a 72% completion percentage over 65.
It's not a lock. He's
It's a lock.
he's a 3. He's a 75% favorite.
I want to go ahead on the record and say I'm actually not an voter for All-Star or awards. I am a tiebreak vote, however.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps it'd be inappropriate for me to weigh in, but I will anyway.
Yeah.
I think Mashtub has a solid case for it.
Yeah. He
I
does.
think again, like it would take a bad game for him to not win it. Do you think the voters? Because I won't vote unless it's absolutely gridlocked in terms of our voters. Do you think that the voters will be affected by, hey, let's not give Kevin the award?
No, I think that
Because I think
I think that happened last year when I got quarterback, even though our stats were very similar.
I thought he had a slight edge over you too.
But
That's-
wasn't didn't
No,
Alexander Hughes
in
win?
last spring.
In spring.
Oh, last spring. Okay.
And spring. I think I got quarterback. I could have easily got two-way, and instead I got quarterback, and Kevin could have got quarterback.
See, I only know about the Alexander Hughes one because I had to. My tie-breaking vote was for Alexander Hughes.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. I don't remember.
But
what
that
happened
year, I
last
remember
spring.
that year he's speaking of, and I actually, looking at the stats, thought Kevin had a slight edge.
Yeah, that's
why
what I'm
I was
saying.
Like, oh, I was surprised that he got it. Then I'm like, okay, they're not going to give it to Kevin again.
No, but
Yeah.
that's why if you strip away the names and you look at the stats, maybe right
To
now
be
you
honest,
might be.
and even for a Hall of Fame voting, my initial vote is always what I do is I take a blank look at just the stats and cast my votes, and
Yeah.
then I'll take a look at the names.
If you do that, by the way,
Mhm.
the most unbelievable stat. I don't know if anyone else has seen this. Kyle Lebowski
Pick 6.
pick sixes
Yeah.
are
It's
unbelievable.
It's astronomical.
There's no one even in the same
In the
ballpark
vicinity,
as
yeah,
him.
I know.
It's
I know.
crazy, man. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Every
'Cause-
time this guy gets
Well,
a
but
pick,
he also
Every one of his picks are on. He jumps out routes down the sideline.
and he picks and he
Oh, I'm
brings it
not-
for six.
there's no
It's
hate. I'm saying
unbelievable.
Well, but that's it because he plays a lot in the flats. The interceptions tend to be like where he has a clean line to the end zone.
I don't know, man. That maybe
what
a
I've
couple
seen,
times, yeah. But
I always see
he's
his
got
picks
he's
coming
got like
jumping outs.
35.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Doing 5 outs, 10 outs.
No, but there's no disrespect.
There's an art to that, by the
It's
way.
not
It's
easy to
difficult
make that
do.
play.
It's
To bait that
unreal.
quarterback and actually to jump it is not easy.
Anyways, back to the point. I think Rod has a small lead. Small lead.
I still think he has it unlocked.
He would say his lead is bigger than average. So, coming into the season, Braves were like we were saying, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's in any order. Rare Bears, Montreal's finest, Braves.
Yeah.
We seem to have been a little off. We
Yeah.
seem to have
I think
undersold the Monstars.
No. You're right. I think that as the season has progressed, you've seen teams gel more and are used to playing Div A ball. Like Monstars, now they have their second year. They're getting better as the season goes on. Rare Bears were kind of getting hot at the right time, and you're seeing a team like Braves, who've never been in DA, just kind of fall off the map.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the wear and tear of the division. They're not used to it, and everyone's adjusting, and they're not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Division A is with the vast majority of the adjustments will come. Everyone just knows the game that well. I think it's good for FPF, by the way, that a team comes in. First of all, it came in Division 2 and dominated the way they did.
Absolutely,
It was
yeah.
cool to see. But now it's cool to see the opposite. To be like, well, it's not just a new team that's going to come in and be the new Montreal's finest.
No.
There's
But
still
it's
a
humbling
comparative
for them
balance.
too, and it's going to make them want to upgrade their team. And
I
they're going to
hope.
come in
I
next
hope.
year
Yeah,
probably.
they'll cut Vince Nardone.
They'll cut or they'll convince. What did you say?
Cut.
Oh, okay,
cut.
cut. He's been not bad for them.
Well, he hasn't done much.
Well, he's done. He's not been their worst player. That's for sure.
Okay, but I mean,
Wow.
he's also not been that valuable.
Anyways, let's move on.
Coyotes beat Lightweight
Div B.
in Div B. We're
Yeah.
we're changing because Chapman's giving me the signal that we're behind time. But a nice bruise this week, Chapman.
Oh yeah, it was you who did that.
It's still there. It's in 2
It's
weeks
another
now.
one.
No.
Oh,
Last
no.
week was left arm. This week is right arm.
Oh,
Jesus
damn.
Christ.
Maybe
It
maybe
depends
catch
on
with
where
your
I line
hands.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, shut up! I caught touchdowns for you.
Use your hands, not your biceps.
The biggest difference in this game being an interception. That biggest difference came by Simon Dagenet, who threw the interception. I am fairly surprised at this result.
I'm
Although-
very surprised.
Really? Didn't you guys say that you thought Coyotes would win this game? Or?
Okay, no,
I
I
thought-
did. But also, Vinny was saying Vandram wasn't going to be there.
Last minute cancellation.
Okay.
made
He
him
was
there.
here?
Yeah.
He was there. Not only was he there,
They got
but
JD.
they brought in JD Chevalier to play, and
That's the Simon Dagenet thing.
and Nato Hughes was there too.
How does that
Yeah.
fit the cap? By the way?
That's what I'm saying. I have
Dagenet
no
is like a 7
idea how they lost this game. I have no idea. After seeing that the bodies that they had there, they should have destroyed them.
And they all play defense too. Yeah.
From what I understood, it was a limited possession game. Like it was very ball
They
control.
got five each.
Yeah, but the difference being the interception by Simon Dagenet.
Yeah.
But one was intercepted. Like was it the last drive of the game?
No, it was
Like,
early.
It was early.
It was
okay.
early, and then Lightweight was playing catch up ball, and Lightweight and Simon, I think, are similar to what you were saying about Paul Lapierre. Simon's better with a lead than he is coming from behind.
I mean, Simon's better with a lead, but he's also prone to being Simon and just taking unnecessary shots and then
Yes.
just getting
Yes.
teams back into the game.
It's much just a wild card. It doesn't matter lead or not. It
Yeah.
just, he'll have that
You
game
have
or
no
he
idea.
won't.
But
the
he's
Universal
playing
Soldier.
great. He is playing great this year.
He's having a great. Well,
In
this,
Div B.
Yeah.
yes. Because I was
Specify
about to say.
Better specify that.
But Anthony Van Ram, the Universal Soldier himself, 1 touchdown. JD Chevalier, as you guys mentioned, comes in, gets 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
And Simon likes to feed the new guys the ball.
I was just saying that to him because he was telling me how he's bringing Jamie into his Jamie Ojea into his Div C
Our
game.
game, yeah.
Okay, and I was like, there's nothing in FPF that says confidence boost than being a sub on Simon Dagenet's team playing offense. It's like you are getting fed like crazy.
So do I just take the game off and have someone else snap? Or?
yeah, no,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Ja-
Just snap
Jamie-
and just turn around and watch
Jamie
the
is
play.
easily gonna go for 3 touchdowns offensively.
Oh, it hasn't
and,
happened
and
yet.
2
It's
picks
next week.
and 2
Like,
picks
because
on
we had an
defense.
injury to Juwan
Easily
Oh, I
three
saw
pick
that play.
three
Dirty
three
play.
touchdowns. Easily 3 touchdowns and 2 picks on defense. But that's Div C, so we don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let Justin and GM
GM
talk about that
Yeah.
tomorrow.
But Simon also, I spoke to him about this game, and he said that he was scared to throw to Van Damme because Jacob was on him, and I think he's scared of Jacob. No, it's nothing to do with the receiver.
I thought Van Dram was the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, no, but sometimes quarterbacks are scared of certain defenders, and they'll avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, maybe.
I play quarterback sometimes. I do try to avoid matchups. I try to find the better matchup.
Yeah, no, obviously you have to go with your matchups. I mean,
Who else? Look, if you
look,
have Jacob,
exactly,
the
you're
best
right.
defender, who's going to cover JD?
Exactly. So
JD lit up Danny in Division A, so I mean, I'll take that chance over the best defender.
yeah, no, I kind of agree.
Drop the mic, beat Quan 38-20. There's a whole middle
Face
section.
palm.
There's a middle section of Division B, middle to bottom tier, that I don't understand. I don't know what's going on.
Drop the mic, put 30 in the first half.
Yep.
Holy crap.
I don't understand because, again, if you look at the roster sheet for Quan, you see Ryan Perry, you see Giovanni Lani, you see Minton Tat, you see Jamil Springer. It's the studs that were supposed to be
Leo
there all season long.
Lani.
Yeah, but when did Jamil Springer, like, how late in the game did he show up? How late did Ryan Perry, were they there at the beginning of the game?
Well, I mean, look, Ryan Perry only has 1 catch. Jamil has 2 for 9, and Jamil only has 1.
He doesn't
PD.
throw Jamil much this year, though. You'll see. I think other than last week, he gets like 1 or 2 catches a game.
But Hollowak is also not a guy who throws to a guy because
He
he's a
only
stud.
had 93 yards passing.
Yeah, that's bizarre. For Alex Hollowak, that's bizarre.
That's insane. How is that possible?
Bad scorekeeping, lots of sacks.
You know what? No,
No
I
sacks?
think there was. I think based on the stats here, I think that Quan didn't feel the team start the game. How do you score 5 touchdowns? 2-point convert every time. I think I'm gonna guess that they were late and they already started off the lead.
It could be.
Maybe.
To your point, not having guys there at the start of the game.
And like, what a waste of talent, Quan.
I
Like,
know.
I was so high on them, and I
They had
kept saying all year. That,
They had top
But
3-4 roster.
If you rewind the tapes back to week 1, this was my concern. It's
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
these are it's not. It's a bunch of mercenaries put together on a team, and it's not all of Hollowak's guys. And especially in summer season, that doesn't work
No.
because
No.
guys don't get invested on a team, and that's
Yeah.
what we have is a group of guys, immeasurably talented, but
it
not,
it
not
reminds
caring.
me of a typical Paul Lapierre team.
I was
Yeah.
actually gonna say that, but I didn't want to go back to Division A. But yeah, this is like a Paul Lapierre Division A team.
And it just
Mercenaries
doesn't,
who
it
just
just
don't show
doesn't
up.
work out, right? That's why they've actually been better this year. They have their
Yeah.
role players.
A game I was there for, Brocasian versus Incredibles. Brocasian won 38.
So please tell me how this happened. Please, I'm gonna guess Greg
I
Stern.
have
Stern, Greg Stern wasn't awful.
he shot 3 picks.
Yes,
To be-
I said he
Shot,
wasn't
not through.
awful.
Shot 3
He
picks.
shot them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What I mean by that is not like bottom line assessment. What I mean by that is a lot of his throws were just slightly off. Like Nardone at one point was running a 10 or 12 yard out, and Stern wasn't able to get it over the defender cleanly into Nardone's hands. And Nardone kind of turned to me and the scorekeeper and was like, "What am I supposed to do?" Like he was just like bewildered, and that was, I think, bewildered is the sentiment you can use to describe the Incredibles in this game. Just nothing looked like it was clicking, and I've always said if you interfere with timing for Incredibles with Greg Stern, they'll struggle. Brocasian didn't even play aggressively; they just really just sat in their zones, and balls were just not sharp.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say he.
But when was the last time Greg Stern
But that's
played?
it. He's missed like 4
But that's
straight
what
games.
it looked like he was just
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But like not by a ton either.
But but that's what I'm saying. So the stat line is not, if you strip away the 3 picks, he actually didn't have that horrible of a game. But it's just 3 times that he probably had like a horrible read, and he just
It
let it
wasn't
go
even the read,
anyway.
it was the ball didn't go where he wanted it to go. It was just sailing on him a bit to the right, bit to the
And
left.
that's a big loss for them.
That's a
huge
huge
loss. We'll
loss.
talk about the
That was
playoff
clinching,
rating
yeah.
rankings
Yeah.
in a sec.
But Marco, give him your little inside scoop of why you think Brocasian
Okay,
won.
so I last week, Incredibles beat STL.
Okay.
Okay, now this is a rumor. Okay.
Rumors, FBF rumors.
Theo
The most factual
was
rumor.
at this game. Theo was at this game, watching.
Theo
He was working with Christian, and then he went to the game after to watch. And he took it upon himself to coach up Brocasian. I heard he was running in and out of the huddle, calling plays
That's pretty awesome.
for Brocasian. And if you look at the end of the game stat line, you got Kyle going for 88 and 4 touchdowns. So Theo was calling some nice plays, and then Kyle also had a famous pick 6.
I was there. It did look.
Oh, he did, yeah.
It looked like the Brocasian offense. To be honest, it did not look coached up.
Okay.
It was just working.
There's also much
They
you can do
were
with Christian
always-
Tarantola as quarterback. Like, come on, man.
The Incredibles always seem to be chasing guys down, never in position on defense. Like it just.
That's weird for them too.
But that's the thing is that they just didn't look sharp. They just looked off. Everything just looked like they were from a parallel universe and just not quite
Yeah.
themselves. you
Well,
know?
Kyle is to Brocasian what Bobby is to. Sorry that I cut you off there, piece.
No, I was thinking something doesn't make any sense, so I
Okay.
appreciate you bringing it up.
Kyle is to Brocasian what Bobby is to Rainmakers. If you're not gonna feed him and if you're not gonna let him make
You have no
a chance to give you to win, you're not gonna win. If he has like one catch for 20 yards and you spread the ball, you're not gonna win.
Let's do some quick hits before we get into playoffs. You guys, give me one sentence each on 6 Fast Guys minus Ryan winning 35-14 over Kings.
Expected.
But that,
What do you mean?
It's still
21-point game.
3 scores.
I guess. So more, not only that close to me, it's more just 35 points.
But maybe he didn't have that many possessions. I saw the stats actually. He had almost no incompletions. He
20 to 25.
He
yeah.
probably didn't get that many possessions. He scored every possession he had.
That's probable. That's probable.
That's actually likely.
So efficient would be how you
Yeah.
describe it.
Okay.
But
But expected as well.
expected. All right. Then the other one we didn't talk about, Rich and Famous versus STL. Guys, don't go into too much
It
detail.
was a fantastic game, by the way.
Dylan Taylor.
Dylan Taylor throwing 2 interceptions that game to Rich Humes.
Poor
and
Dylan,
Vinny
man.
Galano.
Poor
I know,
Dylan.
honestly, he
think
played
that's-
really well. That's
I think
the sad
that's our
part.
fault. Our fault for this year pegging him as the best quarterback in the division and really like putting expectations onto him. And
He played so well until 4 minutes left of the game.
yeah,
He played
they,
so
they
well.
They had a 2-score lead.
He dominated us.
They had back-to-back 40 bombs to open the second half, and they were up, I think, 28-14.
And then you guys decided to cover someone.
I guess so.
'Cause
Then we shut them out the rest of the game, and actually we were down 2 or 4, 2
Two.
with 5 plays left. They just needed to get a first down, and
With
he
4
didn't
plays
have-
left,
He
it was
side 4 plays left. He sidearmed one to
Rich Humes.
to basically Rich jumped in front of Guillaume, picked it, and then Rich could have walked into the end zone, and he tried to make a move, and the ball like hit his tit, and he dropped
At
it
the 1 yard line, yeah.
on the 1 yard line, and then we ended up scoring, and we
Yeah.
won because of
Well, I
that.
mean, in Dylan Taylor's defense, Rich Humes was wide open. So
That's true. He was. Actually, Jamie was wide open 2 plays in a row.
just didn't see him.
Nothing like a Simon Dagenet to boost up your confidence.
KGP beat OTF 48-37.
Huge.
Quick thoughts.
Huge.
Amazing.
KGP, I've been saying all year that I think Phil is underrated. I think he can lead a team when he has the right group of guys. And look,
You know what? I spoke bad about 2 quarterbacks all year, and throughout the season they've been getting better and better and proving me wrong. So yeah, Phil balled out this game.
like 7 touchdowns on 15 completions.
Yeah, and 2 touchdowns apiece to James Crow, Sean Brophy, and Justin McLean.
Yeah.
So definitely using the weapons to the best of his abilities.
Mhm.
Chapman, have you already brought up or prepared to bring up the playoff rankings?
Hell no. What do you think this is? A professional podcast?
I mean, by this point, I even was saying, like, we'll do the quick thing so we can get to the next.
What are we in, Div A or B?
This is Div A.
Let's
We'll
start
start
with A.
Div A.
Always A first, man.
Okay.
Come on.
So Div A, we'll start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Rainmakers at 3 and 6.
Yeah.
Still technically alive. What's the scenario?
Very much
Marco?
so alive. There's so many different things that could happen. Okay, let me walk you through it a
Okay,
little
well, let me. Let me start again. Let me
Yeah.
read all the standings.
bit. Yeah.
We'll see it on the screen. Chapman, are we seeing it on the screen?
It's up on the screen.
Thank you. It's up on the screen.
Don't even
everyone.
Yeah, but you can't see
Because
it.
I can't see.
Yeah.
It's so fun messing with them.
So then we'll do that, and then you'll get into the
Okay.
scenarios.
Yeah.
So DA's finest 7 and 2,
Yeah.
followed by Monstars 6 and 3, Rare Bears 4 and 5, Top Guns 4 and 5, Braves at 5th at 3 and 6th, and Rainmakers on the outside looking in at 3 and 6.
Yeah. Okay, so there's actually a scenario where 4 teams could be 4 and 6.
Which is
So
awesome.
if Braves
crazy,
would to beat us last week of the year, and Rainmakers beat Top Guns, so then there would be a 4-way tie, and by this we would automatically be in
Because of
as
the divisional
the
record.
as the 3 seed. No, because we would all be 4 and 6 in the divisional record, but
Yeah.
be points against.
Okay.
So we would automatically be in, and
Unless
so
your
would
game was like 100 to 100.
right. But we already have the least points against in the
Yeah.
division, so we would automatically be in, and so would Braves. So then it would leave Top Guns Rainmakers in their own matchup. If Rainmakers were to beat Top Guns by more than 8 points,
But-
Top Guns would be
By
eliminated.
more than 7.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry.
But
yeah.
Rainmakers would need to win by 8
Question for
points.
you.
By 8 points,
Actually-
and Braves to beat us, and
what
then
if we have the same points against as Rain? I don't know. Like what would
Coin
the
flip.
Coin toss.
Oh, really?
Not even joking.
That's disgusting.
Yes, you're right.
There should be
we need
another
more stats.
elimination game.
yeah. But in all honesty, I think the most likely scenario is that
Rainmakers are out. in my
Rainmakers will lose to Top Guns, Braves will lose to Rare Bears, and then it will be DA's Finest 1, Monstars 2, Rare Bears 3, Top Guns 4, Braves 5, Braves versus Top Guns in the playing game.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
that's
opinion.
fair.
I agree with that actually.
Yeah.
But
it would be cool as shit if
No, it
Braves
wouldn't.
beat us.
That would not be cool.
It would be-
you're
it would be
only saying
wild.
it's cool because
No, it would be wild. But because for us, even if we lost and Rainmakers won, we would still finish third. You understand? So
Yeah.
but Rainmakers would have to beat Top Guns, and I really don't really see that happening.
Can
But
Monsters dethrone
no,
DA's Finest?
no, because
They play each other though.
they
Played
played each other
this week.
No,
but
I know.
Kevin
but
White really wants quarterback of the year, so
No,
he's
but I'm
gonna
saying
ball
let-
out
let's
and
say
win.
they
that
can't
say
game.
dethrone
Monsters
them.
win.
They can't dethrone them because Finest beat them by a big margin their first game,
And
That
points,
doesn't matter.
and points against
What do you
Finest have less.
and points against Finest have a lot
Well,
less.
the head-to-head won't matter because they'll have 2 games against.
Okay, so
each
points
other.
against then, right after.
Oh, two.
There's no aggregate.
Oh, okay. So then it would be.
Then it's divisional record, which is
So
tied.
they will be tied,
There'd be
and then
points
points
against.
against. So
And then-
no.
So Monsters would need to win this game by like 50.
So no.
More.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
More
So
than-
no.
51.
Finest
51.
have first place locked up.
50 wouldn't even do it. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Finest have first place locked up.
Yeah.
But Monsters have second locked up. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So it's
Good
I mean-
season by Monsters,
Yeah, great.
honestly.
Tip your
I'm
cap.
very
You
impressed.
know what? I'm happy. I kind of bit my tongue early in the season because I didn't know what to make of them. I liked all the pieces in place. I know a lot of the guys. I've covered them in lower divisions where sometimes you guys aren't as familiar with some of the guys that
Mhm.
played Division 5, whatever. More specifically, Marco is Vinny playing lower divisions a bit longer. But I was like, man, all these guys are good.
yeah.
Like there's not a weakness on that team.
Breezeball is good.
I
Vianney's
I also
good.
know Breezeball from before.
He's
so.
good.
I just can't believe they honestly didn't really upgrade their team this season. From Division 2. They added Quasi, they lost Ryan. It's 50-50 there, and then just Rod Mashu brought it to a new level this season, I find.
He's played amazing.
Yeah.
And it's good. Good for him.
But
He's
it's
got all the
things-
talent in the world.
He's improving.
Yeah.
He is, honestly.
And then it's really good to see, and I like seeing Sam Ashtov out in the field.
I like
True,
it
they
too.
got him too,
It's
yeah.
so cool. I mean,
He's got good
I
hands.
remember him from. No, he doesn't.
He's got good
He
hands.
drops so
I
many.
haven't seen him
He
drop
has
many.
good hands.
He
His-
dropped like 3.
Okay,
Let's
I've
put it
watched
this
him
way.
play like 3 games and he hasn't dropped a pass.
Because
So
but
I've
his
never-
hands aren't actually the issue. The issue is his brain.
Okay.
Is that
He
in
gets
his
rattled
head,
easily. He gets rattled
and he drops balls for no reason. I
Right.
coached him in a FF junior. That's why I know.
You guys don't remember what it was like being like 17?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's
Oh,
a
absolutely.
kid.
Absolutely.
Intimidation. He makes that play. He stares down defenders when he makes a catch. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
just
he's the best.
Yeah, I remember him being on the sideline at like 13 years old. So
Yeah.
it's
no, he's
cool
a
to
good.
see.
He honestly is a good kid. And it's nice to see him
Yeah,
in the league. and
definitely.
I'm glad his brother brought him in this season.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
him a
good
lot.
stuff.
And let's get into Division B, as Chapman brings it up, because
All the
guaranteed
teams
he
are-
didn't see that we're
It's
buying
already,
time.
it's already up.
Nice!
All the teams are
Take
locked
that,
in.
piece.
You're getting the playoff four.
I'm dropping the mic and I'm leaving now.
Marco.
I know. All the teams are locked in. They could still shuffle, but all 8 teams are
So
officially locked
OTF
in.
officially eliminated,
All-
Kings
everyone's
officially
out.
eliminated,
Yeah.
Quan officially eliminated. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Everyone's out.
Well, the two
Invocation.
winning game. Those 2 winning games this week, and they both.
Yeah. So now it's basically teams playing on for where they want to finish in the standings, and
I just want to say thank you to Brocasian.
yeah, that was huge because now Rich and Famous can take the #1 spot and drop the mic in the first round, and we avoid the Incredibles STL matchup.
Yeah, for one round.
And
Yeah.
we spoke to KGP. They don't need this game, so they're gonna let us win this one. We're good.
That's not
Nice.
they can move up into third and play lightweight instead of playing 6 fast. They absolutely need to win this game.
Yeah, that's.
I
Can they
don't
move
think
up
they
though?
No, I don't think unless Coyotes let over 20 points more. I think. Or
No, but also is
No,
it?
it's
It's
not
not even a
like that.
divisional game, is
It's
it?
not. Yeah, no, it won't be. So
Yeah, it's a not divisional
Coyotes
game.
beat
so it doesn't matter.
KGP too.
so automatically KGB is locked into the 4
Yeah,
spot.
this game doesn't matter to them at all. They can't move.
So in Conference B, it will be 6 fast against KGP and lightweight versus Coyotes.
So that one's done.
Yeah.
Do you see any movement in Conference A?
Yes, very easily.
Well, I think so who's dropped the mic playing? They have a really tough matchup. I think they're playing 6 fast.
They are. Yeah, you're right.
So they're gonna lose. So
They're
They're
not
going to
moving.
finish 4th. And then Rich and Famous, we're playing KGP. I think the way that we're playing now and the way that Rich is playing,
Rich.
he's playing fantastic. He's running a Rich Humes offense. Nothing has ever been more of a Rich Humes thing
Okay.
than Rich Humes' offense. And he's
Very smiley.
He's perfected it. And I think the way that we're playing right now, I think we'll have a good chance of beating KGP.
I think Coyotes upset Incredibles, which is going to make Incredibles drop, and STL is going to jump them because they're playing Simon Dajne.
But it doesn't matter.
And Simon Dajne is going to throw 4
But
picks.
it doesn't
and
matter.
stuff.
It's still going to be the 2-3 matchup. Just STL will get
Exactly.
home
Just
field.
yeah. Home
Yeah,
field, whatever.
home.
They'll get ball second half.
So drop the mic can't move up. You think?
No.
Well, no, because they'll
No,
likely lose.
they'll finish 5-5. But actually, if STL does lose to Incredibles, or whoever they play,
STL plays
lightweight, they both finish 5-5. STL and drop the mic.
Yeah.
And drop the mic has the head-to-head on STL.
Did it
Okay.
really?
Yeah, they
do.
They
They
beat
do.
them.
Oh my god.
So
So STL can drop to 4th, and you might have to play STL first round.
yeah, but does it work like that? Because they both have
Well,
the same division record.
So
it's
if
head first, no?
so
then
if
why-
Incredible
so
if
wait.
Incredibles win, and STL
because there's 3 teams.
STL and drop the mic both end with the same record, then
Yes.
it's the head-to-head that's the first tiebreaker.
Yes,
after
but
wins.
because they're all tied right now, STL has the least points against, so they're above. Drop
well,
the
no,
mic.
it's divisional record first.
But
so
they're tied.
Incredibles is first.
No, I know,
then
Incredibles locked
STL
up
has
second
better
if they
points
win, yeah.
against than
so that's why they're ahead. But if STL were to lose against lightweight, even if drop the mic loses, they jump
Yeah.
STL. That's wild.
Yeah, provided
cool.
that Incredibles win.
N-
Yes, because it has to be a
Yes,
two-way tie,
yes,
not a
yes,
three-way
yes,
tie.
yes.
Incredibles
You're
play-
right.
It's gonna be a good game. Coyotes Incredibles too.
They can lose that game also. Coyotes can win that game, especially if Greg is throwing. No offense to Greg, but
Seems like a lot of offense. Like every time if you have to
This-
say no offense,
Stop saying no offense,
Clearly
okay?
offending someone.
he hasn't been.
You have
here.
your
He hasn't
opinion.
been there all year. Okay,
Stick to your
it's
opinion.
not
You have
his-
your opinion of him as a
That's what
quarterback.
I'm
Just
saying.
stick-
He
no
hasn't been
offense.
there. He hasn't been there. He hasn't got the reps. So I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm saying he isn't going to do it because he doesn't have the reps.
Okay, just so it's
You're
clear.
saying it as offensively as
Anything I
possible,
say
though.
negative about anybody, it's nothing personal. It's just my opinion. It's a stupid opinion.
Yeah.
No offense.
see, sometimes when I say it, it's completely personal, but usually you'll know because I'll attack you personally.
You'll tax you.
I'll tax you. $3, please.
So you know what? Actually, Coyotes. Wait, does Incredibles? Do they have the head-to-head on Drop the Mic?
No, drop the mic. Probably Incredibles probably beat drop the mic.
Do we know this for a fact?
I'm not checking right
Because if Coyotes beat Incredibles,
Jesus.
they'll both be 5-5.
Drop
also.
the mic's roster is like 40 players.
Yes, that's probably why.
Incredibles-
Okay, Incredibles beat them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Drop the Mic will probably.
Yeah, they
finish.
can't go. They can't go up to second.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
So that's where I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be Rich and Famous versus Drop the Mic, STL versus Incredibles. A nice rematch of that game last week, 2 weeks ago.
Chapman, what time is it?
8:45.
Jesus Christ. Where the show is it?
I don't know. We're about 40 minutes in.
Oh, for the love of God.
What are we doing right now?
Oh, it's time for games of the week.
Oh my God!
Did you seriously not catch that?
Chapman's lost.
I like bugging peas.
Okay.
I don't know if I honestly
He
don't
looked
think-
shocked. He looked a bit
Yeah,
shocked.
Well, the first one I was bugging, and the second one I was like, oh, he's actually asking for games of the
Yeah.
week.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Alright.
I was hosting the show. Where's Brett Balkin, by the way? We're 15 minutes late, and he's not here for Divi.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really busted your balls about the time all that much.
Who's staying for Divi?
I don't even know one person in Divi.
I'm in Divi. You
I
know
can,
me.
I can talk about Dirty Mike.
Nice.
Okay, games of the week.
All right, and we're gonna start with Div A. So first game we have Monstars versus DA Finest.
Spread.
Nope.
I gotta give you a spread.
Sure, make it up.
We'll go with DA Finest with 9.5 point favorites.
No, I think Monstars are gonna cover, but I still think DA Finest are gonna win this game.
I think DA Finance are gonna take it by 10
Yeah?
points up. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like a 5-point game.
Monsters win by 3.
Cool. I like that.
Rare Bears versus Braves. I'm not giving you point spreads.
He's already fed up. I liked Rare Bears are one of the teams that are just the best, and Braves are a team that have not adjusted all season. For that reason, I think Marco will tear it up. I think this will be an easy win for Rare Bears. Watch Marco choke it away.
Marco-
After I said that.
Marco's overconfident, so I think Braves are gonna take it, but I really need Rare Bears to win, so I'm gonna go Rare Bears.
I'm not overconfident at all. I think the way that the
I heard you talk for 20 minutes about how good you played yesterday.
Non-stop. But how great it was.
bogus. I was ripping you guys outside, not about how great I played, but how easy it was almost. Okay,
want-
There's
we
a
want-
huge
But see,
difference.
like I see that as the Marco Compulsalt, that he's like
You know what?
complimenting himself while insulting
no.
you.
It's because Marco needed a good offensive coordinator. I told him a game plan to start winning. And guess what? Since I've told you
Yeah,
what you should do on
he's-
offense,
he's
you've been winning.
It's true.
But is it not true? Since I said start going shorter and driving the field, you're winning.
Next game.
Whatever,
You're welcome,
whatever.
Marco. You're
Whatever.
welcome.
We're gonna win. Nice.
Top Guns versus Rainmakers.
I want this to be as interesting as possible.
Rainmakers
let's do
by
it, baby.
8 points.
Let's do it.
Rainmakers by 8.
Doesn't matter the spread. Rainmakers, nonstop. Make it rain, baby.
Dan-
Dan Lazaro, bring
Dan
all your
Lazaro.
American ones and just shoot them out. Like this.
Don't do it with coins. It's dangerous.
No, yeah.
I'm not allowed to pick this game.
Well, you could talk. What are you gonna do to stop Dan?
How will
He's
you
gonna
pick
come
up
at.
Dan?
He's gonna come at you.
He will be mad.
Dan's
gonna
gonna
come
throw us
at
the
you.
ball. I played Dan so many times. He's gonna throw us the ball. We're not worried.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
He will not talk to you for 3 weeks.
It's okay.
But Vinny, what are you saying on the podcast? Dan is a treasure.
Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, time for Div B.
What is it, Chapman?
Uh,
The bees.
Games of the week.
Thank you.
Why'd I have to say it again? We all
Because
know
you
what's
didn't do it the
happening.
first time.
I did it the first time.
Oh,
You just weren't paying attention. Incredibles versus Coyotes in our first game.
Incredibles bounce back. I think this is the return of Greg Stern. I think this is the right kind of team for him to beat.
I honestly hope that I see a clean game from Greg. 0 picks.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
meant like,
Heavy
they wouldn't nice to each other.
No, no,
trash
no, no,
talking.
no, no. Clean. Like he doesn't shoot any picks. I still think Coyotes are gonna win this game. 'Cause
Simple. Greg's there. Coyotes win. Liam's there.
Liam's not gonna be
Incredible.
there.
No,
They
it's-
have.
it's
This is
Greg's
Greg's
turn.
game. They have to get him ready for the playoffs. If
But do they fit the cap with Liam and Greg?
I don't think so.
Because Greg can just play defense and Liam can throw.
Well, they might end up doing that in the playoffs, but
No, 'cause
if
I don't think
Greg,
I've ever seen Greg Stern play defense, by the way.
he needs to
last
put a
year
good
against us
game
in the
together.
playoffs he did, yeah.
He needs to. If they want to go, okay, look, if he plays like garbage, they go to Liam in the playoffs. If he plays really well against a
but
good
why?
Coyotes
Don't
team,
you want to go into the playoffs with your best option being warm? Do you want to really go into 3 weeks off for?
What do you want me to tell you? I don't run that team.
No, but if I'm on that team, personally, I'm saying Liam's gonna. If I'm one of the Incredibles
but
players,
you're not.
I'm
And
telling
we've
you.
spoke to them all year. We've looked right into Chapman's face, and
I've
we've
heard
said,
people on that team say they want Liam to be quarterback.
Okay, but it's not happening. Only
You
when
don't know
Greg,
that?
Only
You're
when Greg's not
causing
there.
insurgents on another team?
Yeah, seriously.
Should have watched me in the DC game yesterday.
So
Nice.
if I would like to see Greg have a good game. With that being said, I still think Coyotes are going to win because they go for 2 so often, and I think they'll get a couple of them and they'll win the game on
Coyotes.
extra points. Coyotes.
Next game. KGP versus Rich and Famous.
So I'm on my own for this one.
No, I'm picking Rich and Famous.
Yes, you can, but it doesn't mean anything. This is a tough game. Rich Humes has.
KGP is playing well.
That's what I was gonna say because
Offensively, yeah.
Rich Humes has been the best Rich Humes he has been in a while. The Rich Humesiest offense ever. But
such a mental Rich Humes offense.
That's
Phil
amazing.
Cutler has thrown 17 touchdowns the last 3 games. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I say KGP in this one.
Cool. Respect. I respect that.
6 fast guys minus Ryan versus Drop the Mic.
Yeah.
They can hear you when you do that, Vinny.
Yeah, I
We all can, including yourself.
yeah, I think this is going to be another good getting ready for the playoffs game. There's no bye, so they can't take their foot off the gas pedal. They're gonna shove it down their throats. They're gonna 6 fast gonna win.
I don't think it's gonna be close.
I know the Viens brothers. They're the most competitive people you've ever met in your life. I guarantee you, they want to win this game by 50. They're not interested in taking the foot off the
Just
I don't know.
random
Jamil
stat.
Springer is pretty
They have
competitive.
3 guys on that team that are gonna win awards this year.
Yeah.
Quarterback, two-way, and defensive player.
Like-
Who's gonna win 2-way? Vien?
Brisebois.
Rispa.
He's gonna win
Brisebois.
2-way.
He's top 5 in picks, top 5 on the receiver. Pilon's number 1 on defense.
Why not MA Vien for 2-way?
Because his stats aren't as good.
He's got like 50 receptions.
Yeah, but he doesn't have as many yards, and he has the same amount
He's
of
got
touchdowns.
4 picks and I think 2 of them.
There's
were
an
for six.
anti-snapper bias in this league.
No, but Brisebois also I think has 5 or 6 picks. He has
Yeah,
more
but
picks.
I think Vien, doesn't he not have 2 for 6? That's that.
Brisebois 3
for 6.
for 6.
3 pick sixes.
It's 3 pick sixes.
Okay, give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat those stats.
Okay.
In a battle for 5th place, Brocasian versus Quan.
Brocasian is winning this game. Brocasian is winning this game. Because Quan, they're not going to
Zero
show up.
people will be
They're
showing
not
up
going
on
to
it.
show up. Vinny, stop hitting the fucking
I'm not
mic.
hitting the mic.
Okay?
It will be 30-0 rocation over Quad with no stats for the game.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Quan's showing up, and I think they're taking this one. Damn it.
Fuck, man.
My foot is down.
Oh man, these
Next.
tables are gonna break. STL versus lightweight.
This is a trap game because STL has lost
Yes.
4 straight. They've lost 4 straight. They started 5-0. I don't know what's going on with this team. They're so top heavy.
Dylan Taylor.
It's not even Dylan's like.
No, honestly, I'm just joking around. He actually played amazing, so I can't say
He
anything.
played
but
amazing until there was like 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
And then.
But it does seem this season, the thing I've noticed with STL is every game has a 3 to 5 minute window where it can all fall apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they still win anyway, and they kind of must like pull through it. But every game seems to have that little moment where they have the
You're
chance
right.
to piss it
Didn't
away.
they also win a game on a Hail Mary?
Yes.
So like their season could have easily been worse than
There's another game where they won where someone just decided not to cover Theo J on a fly.
So like
to make it score
I
a
don't
game.
know what's going on, man. If Simone brings back all these French dudes and they ball out and they do really
It's
well.
true. He just finds his friend.
What?
Finds
He
his
just
random
finds all
friend.
these
And everyone
amazing
fits
French
his cap,
dudes.
apparently.
It's awesome. If he does that again, and they will have more depth than STL. And am I crazy right now to say that I might rather have Simone throwing than Dylan right now?
Yes, you are extremely crazy.
No.
It's tough because we've both played with Simon. I still play with Simon.
Yeah.
He at moments is the
I
most
avoid.
frustrating quarterback in FPF, but there are moments where you're like, oh, I see it.
Yeah, sometimes he looks great. And Dylan, as great as he did play until 3 minutes left, I don't know if there's something like wrong with him, but the ball just it doesn't look good coming out of his hands all the time.
I think there are limits to Dylan Taylor's games to Dylan Taylor's game that whatever, you know what I mean, that isn't present with Simone Dagenet. I think there are some physical things that Simone does better in terms of
He
ball
just
delivery,
throws
catch the
weird.
ball.
He just
The
throws
ball, yeah, the actual mechanics
Yeah,
are bizarre.
it just
But when
throws
the
weird.
ball leaves his hand,
Yeah, it spins nice.
yeah, it's a good ball.
Yeah.
It gets to where it's got to go 90% of the time, and then like Simone's mistakes are not by virtue of his physical capability. It's by virtue of him just making mental errors.
Yeah.
It's simple. Dylan wants to win. Start using Jamie.
He's gotta use Jamie more.
Jamie
than
was
him.
always his number one guy. He got Theo, and then for some reason Jamie gets 1 to 2 catches a game. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I think that I don't want to be giving things away here, but I think that he should split them apart. He's got them on the same side. It's just you're really counting on the rest of your team to make plays for you. If we could,
He doesn't even look at the other side.
If we
yeah.
could stack one side defensively, I mean,
But that's what we're seeing too. The smarter teams are putting 3 guys on that side.
you know.
Yeah.
So
And
But
they
even
have
then,
the numbers.
but the thing is, they're still getting open. He's picking
Well,
the wrong
yes.
one. He's picking the wrong one.
Yeah.
anyways,
I can't tell me how many
I still
times.
think STL is going to win this game.
Yeah, me too.
In our
Yeah,
last
STL.
game, for 5th place yet again, Kings versus OTF.
I'm going to say Kings are going to win this game, just because.
All right.
Yeah.
Great reason.
I don't even know these two teams. I'm gonna give it to OTF just to disagree with Marco.
That's fine.
Look, Justin Smoller, since he started wearing a jersey, had put up decent numbers. In a game where neither defense is particularly good,
He
give me Justin Smoller.
needed to win last game, and they didn't.
But
they needed it.
Stop paying the table.
They also scored 30. They also scored 37 points and didn't win though.
Yeah.
So that's
Not his fault in that case. No.
They still needed to win. If you could put the team on his back like Rich Humes, though.
do you have the robot
true.
sound for Marco? Or?
No,
Jesus,
I didn't.
man!
He
What?
hasn't.
Why do we have a producer?
Which-
He hasn't
Say-
done it for 5 weeks.
Just because I said they needed to win, they obviously needed to win.
But
I
it's
guess,
just like well, you know, if he's the man, he's gonna go put the team on his back and
well, look
power
at Rich.
through it. Give
Look at
110%. Leave it all on the
That is
gridiron.
the guy that just said there's no one as competitive as these guys. You know, like typical thing that anyone says about everyone. It's like, hey, get out of here.
If I'm allowed to say it.
Okay. But do you want to say something?
Wrap it up. Let's go.
But I still don't have a co-host for Devi, so I'm stalling.
Mm,
Brent!
Jesus. Yeah. Okay, I guess what?
Final thoughts?
We got anything else? I don't know. I think next week it should be at 8:00.
Yeah, 7:30.
Guys, it's 8:15 next week. We're gonna be here because we're gonna be here at 8, and he'll still be here at 8:15.
Yeah, whatever time it is, I'll be late.
He always has an excuse.
That's fantastic.
Hey, that's Brent Bodkin.
I
Time to
am-
wrap up the
I am
show.
showing
Thank
up
you,
at
everyone.
8:00.
Oh.
Okay.
So stop stalling.
Yeah.
All right, I
let's
can
go.
stop stalling.
All
Chapman,
right,
how
we're
are
out
you?
of here.
I'm all right.
Let's hope for a 4-way tie in Div A, except for Rare Bears. Let's take this one.
Chapman, first and final thoughts.
first and final thoughts. I'm bringing Milano sandwiches next week.
That's
that is
right.
Well,
So
yeah.
get your orders in on the Facebook group. I don't want to hear any.
You
fucking
lied
excuses.
about it this week, so yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I have to work tonight, so
At
That
this
is
point, you're
excuse.
not going to make it to work tonight.
I will.
Yeah.
So just for me, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us for the podcast. The on Wednesday, heading forward, you're going to be getting some news every Wednesday about our new format for the press conferences. Our own media members don't even know what that format is. It's brand new. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be less terrible than the awful press conferences we've always had. Not anyone's fault. It's just we're a lot more familiar with being in front of cameras and microphones than you guys are. So we're going to try something different, make it a lot more comfortable, a lot more interesting. Watch the Facebook group for some of the information to be drip-fed every Wednesday. Other than that, drip-fed. Remember, goodbye.
Bye.